Three-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster in his awesome Caztech football sweatshirt.
That's right, baby. CT in the house.
That's right,
you can get your Frazier sweatshirt online.
Absolutely, you can. There is no doubt about it. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here in the building as well. Soccer Elite Spencer Raxter, by the way. You were locked in when you saw Captain America do the thing.
I was locked in. We were watching it in the back. Me and Easy headed up. We were watching it. It was a lot of fun. First half was very exciting.
Did you cheer?
I did cheer. You're
in. He's locked in. He's locked in. And what you mentioned Captain America, Pulisic. We were talking about yesterday. He's got to stand up. Did he, Neal? Did he put his name in USA soccer lore?
His legacy in international American soccer is cemented. Yes, that's it.
I agree.
That's it.
Took it right in the Pulisic, too. I mean, whatever. Hey, if that's not sacrifice, and if you haven't seen the goal, and obviously you hear the injury and pelvic region injury, questionable for Saturday's game against the Netherlands. But talk about you broadcast soccer all the time. Did I see that right? Like when he took off, when that cross went into Dent and then he put it over, he knew he was all sacrifice, right? Reminded me of DCFC.
Yeah, no, it is.
I think they censored his injury because at first they said it was a stomach injury.
Abdominal, yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple hours later it was a little lower than that.
Pelvic contusion.
Right.
Pelvic contusion. He said he's ready to rock, though. He said he'll be playing on Saturday morning when they take on the Dutch.
Okay, well, good game. I might even watch that.
Tell people the breakdown because we were talking about it before, but you broke down. What are the Netherlands? Do we got a chance to win? Who are they? Who are they? And I think you had a great analogy, I believe.
No, they do. They do have a shot. They're going to be an underdog. If not like impossible underdog. They'll be a sizable underdog in the match as far as the betting lines go. Netherlands is kind of like. They're like Aaron Rodgers the last 8 years of his career. They have good pieces. They have good brand name recognition. They have great players. Virgil van Dijk's one of the best defenders in the world, plays for Liverpool. They have high-level players.
Liverpool.
Now, do they go on podcasts and bitch about the games?
They go on Patrick Von Erickson, Patrick Von Erickson's podcast and complains about it. No, but it's one of those things where their comp is kind of like Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. They always leave you wanting more. You know what I'm saying? They don't fail. They always get out of the group stage. They always get into the knockout phase, but they never beat anybody. So that's the comp. Yes, they can be beaten. Yes.
Okay, I know an NBA team that's like that. Utah Jazz. Is that who they are?
That's another great comp. Okay. They're the Utah Jazz. There's tons of those comps in American sports. The Toronto Maple Leafs, as of late.
Or are they more Edmonton?
Yeah. No, because Edmonton's had a history of doing it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toronto hasn't done it like
enough,
ever.
Even though Toronto, you have to be alive. We're prefacing that I was born in 1972, and if you haven't won since I've been born, then it doesn't count, right? That's why Edmonton counts. They won in the 80s.
Absolutely.
Toronto in the 60s, so...
Epic and jump in too to our woodwardsports.com chat thread. Jake Wegener, there's two things I can't stand in the world. Number one, people who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch. That's a great line from Austin Powers. So.
But here's the one thing. So my question is actually twofold. What would this victory mean for a United States team then?
It's big. It's well. Think of it this way: you're walking in now. You're in the Sweet 16. I'll give you the NCAA tournament comp. You're in the Sweet 16 now. You got out of the first weekend, and if you win, you're in the Elite Eight.
Making noise now.
Now it's Spain, Germany, Brazil, France. You know what I'm saying? Like you're at that table.
Right.
You're at the adults table. So it's right there. It's right there for the taking, man.
I wanted to ask Terry, too, because not only on the pitch, but more importantly off the pitch, the captain for USA, Tyler Adams. What a player this kid is. But I think if anybody saw the press conference where the Iranian reporter, and I'll go to our reporter here, had called him a racist, but how he handled it. And I implore people to go watch that interview. Terry, what was that? Because I asked you earlier, isn't that the way it's supposed to be done? Or
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing the way, because you could tell the Iranian reporter
was trying to trap him.
Was Iranian. Sorry, I got that wrong. But he was trying to trap him. The media there is different. They're trying to trap the Americans. The Americans are the bad people, and so America has problems. We do have problems that we deny, and so he wanted to bring that out, and was hoping that the kid would get upset and maybe angry and say something, because that's the way I would have reacted.
And for those that didn't see it, the direct question was from an Iranian reporter that said, asked Tyler Adams, who is a person of color. He said, "Are you proud to represent a country where racism against black people is so prevalent and has been for a very long time?"
Right.
And he gave his answer to the effect of, it's through education. We continue, we stress education, and I've had the good fortune of being around a mix of different backgrounds, so I understand it, and through education, that's going to be the way forward. That's essentially what he said.
Right.
And it was a blatant trap.
Just like you educated me on the pronunciation of Iran.
Because it's pronounced Iran, and he said it's Iran.
But
so,
you know what? We in America, we see an I or R and an A, we say Iran.
Right. So, yeah. And look, and Paul Thomas says, yes, we have problems. They have more. And that's a thing, too. But that's why they're doing that. Because they want to make America the bad guy and say, hey, look, it's bad there, too. He didn't go there.
No, but
he was so composed for a 23-year-old.
The whole point, to go as deep or whatever that you want, to Terry's point, is that this is where the right captain, right? You might wonder why sometimes it's not,
because he's not the guy that's going to score a hat trick or anything like that. No,
but he's the motor if you watch them play. But the way that he handled it is so more important. So I was proud of the kid, and obviously he's the right choice to wear the armband. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
is that you should be proud.
And it sheds light on the thing too. And Spencer, I talked to you about this. Like, that match against that opponent with those stakes, it was more than soccer. Yeah. Yes, it was.
It was more than soccer.
I sent you the interview and you watched it. How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, definitely. You're right. It seemed like he was trying to trap him. It seemed like he said paint the U.S. as a bad guy, which, I mean, I'm not saying the U.S. is the good guy, but and how he said, he was like, there's problems everywhere. Everyone deals with things like that. And he's like, I see things getting better. Right. And that's all you can ask for is improvement. And so, yeah, it was great to see that, and yeah, you're right. It meant more than soccer.
Yeah, and then Christian Pulisic, when it all mattered the most, as I sat up here yesterday and said, "Show us," he did it.
But you know what I would have added? I would have added, where can I play? Because you play in France and England, and fans throwing bananas at you.
Yeah,
I am sure I would be treated like a king in Iran. Wink, wink. No. So, where could I play and be proud of where I'm playing? Nowhere.
And it was funny because you know what I thought about that? Like, my response would be to that would be, what makes me proud to play for America is you can clearly see that we're taking steps, and because the reporter quoted, brought up like the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, my response would have been, you can see that we're taking steps to it.
We're being proactive,
and our generation is at the forefront of it, and we have the ability to do that, to have a movement. We have the ability in this country to do that,
to voice our opinion,
because you can't do that everywhere.
Or you could have said,
but you would have said, and then you know what would have been in the Iranian papers? Neal Ruhl's tone. That's what would have been in there.
Right.
Yeah.
He said the right things, but his tone was jacked up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But no, it was great. It was a great moment for U.S. soccer too. They're in there, and it could be an even bigger moment now with the win against the Netherlands on Saturday morning.
And you know what else I would have said? Before the match, when the national anthem is playing, I'm not going to sing it And my family is not going to be threatened by the government to be killed because of that. Like y'all are.
That's tone. See, that was tone right there. D-Mac, I'm learning.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can say, why don't you ask these questions to our women's national team? Oh wait, you wouldn't.
All right, see, enough, guys. See, you're crossing the line there.
Yeah.
All right, you're crossing the line there. No, it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Detroit Dabber 313. The Bill of Rights is dope. Yes, it is.
The Bill
Detroit
of Rights
Dabber.
is dope.
Yes,
We
it
don't
is.
know what it is, but it's dope.
Yeah, shout out to Bill of Rights.
Holla. So and Go Blue says that game stressed me out, and that was the thing too about soccer. Like D-Mac, I asked you in the past about like playoff hockey, and you gave me the timeline of when you're comfortable, when you're worried, when it's a shit show. All right, it was like 5 minutes.
Right.
What you said? You said 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes. So that follows.
Roughly,
Roughly.
different games.
See, soccer's different because it's like that for 20 minutes for whatever
How
reason.
about yesterday? I know what I wanted to ask you. There was 9 minutes extra.
Yeah.
Is that like an eternity? And I know that because of the way the game went, but I mean that just seems like a long extra.
No, the 9
What's the
minutes.
most extra minutes?
It was
that
like it
you-
lasted an hour. Because the fact is, Iran was playing well, and they looked like they could have tied it a couple times.
Nearly did,
Nearly did.
but they didn't.
Iran is a good ball club. I
No,
want to make sure I get it right.
Iran is a fine soccer team.
Iran, yes.
They're a fine soccer team. That's
Yeah.
what T-Foss would say. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Epic China. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. Chuck Brewer says, Neal is beginning to understand tone. Go Blue says, we won't beat the Netherlands. I mean, Go Blue, like if I'm betting my mortgage on it, I wouldn't bet my mortgage on it. But you got a shot against the Netherlands. You do. It could be worse. You could be playing Brazil or something like that. And, you know, it's just one of those things, D-Mac. And to answer your question, there has been more stoppage time at the World Cup. They're getting tighter with how, like, when substitutions happen. They're getting tighter on kind of stopping the time right there, letting the subs play out and stuff like that. They're getting tighter on, you know, stopping the clock and you know, their internal clock with injury time and all that kind of stuff. So that's the answer to the question. That's why there's been so much more stoppage time.
If substitutions happen, like that person can't get subbed back in.
Correct.
That's why they were like, we need Pulisic to get up.
And that's why they played with 10 men while you figure out what's going on.
You know
and
what, fellas? It's the dumbest thing about soccer. Just have a clock that counts backwards, and when you stop play, stop the clock, like they do in every other damn sport.
But T, like the
nothing.
the problem with that is like when guys like fake their injury, or when a goalkeeper is standing over the goal kick and is like taking his time and examining the seams on the balls and stuff like that, the ref has the discretion to stop the time because of time wasting. That's why. Now, if you wanted to say, link that clock up to the stadium clock so everybody knows,
Right.
then I'm down with that.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that would create, you know, some issues too. So there is no perfect system.
Okay, why do you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rather than 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Bzzz.
Which, by the way, I
good
thought
question.
like for an officiated game, like that was one of the more liberal officiating games. Like he let them play. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like a lot of other games that I've seen, there's a ton more yellow cards or fouls and stuff like this. Like this was a bit physical game too.
Oh yeah,
You know, I mean they earned it. That's what I'm saying, and it came down to it. But yeah, I was holding my breath near the end also.
Iran was flopping really hard at the end trying to get that penalty kick.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was LeBron-esque.
Yeah,
It certainly was.
it was.
I'm always going to put
But he
that in
wasn't
there.
fooled.
They weren't fooled.
They weren't full. No, I will give them credit for that. It was well officiated. It was. But that was my point. There's no excuses, man.
But you know what Iran will say? Favoritism to the Americans. You screwed us. I'm just saying.
You know who Matt Turner in net reminds me of? Matt Turner, the goaltender for the United States. He might as well be nicknamed Guardian Alarm, bro. You know what? Because Guardian Alarm,
Stay
just
out.
like Matt Turner, only let him 1 goal through 3 games, penalty kicks. Guardian Alarm, they keep you safe. In net, out of net, at home, on the road, wherever, business or pleasure personal, whatever it is, 24/7 Guardian Alarm has your back. So if you want to be part of the Big D Energy Woodward Sports family, you can be too, but I need you to call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
How many straight days of flannel protection?
166.
166 for flannel. Terry's yesterday was 1. But hey, give him a call for Guardian Alarm. 1-800.
Stay out. Get out of my
Netherlands. Nobody
house.
likes the Dutch.
Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Swiss Insurance, a great community partner from Oxford, would like to match donations made to the Legacy Center today. PayPal, mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com. Donations will go to feed families and help ease some worries for Oxford students. Thanks to Mark at Swiss Insurance for being a leader in the Oxford community. We stand with the community of Oxford. #Oxford Strong.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter as well. And that is true. 1 year ago today, Oxford High School shootings took place. So, we remember. Haven't changed a whole lot, though, have we?
No, not at all. And not going to change. Doesn't matter.
And not going to change. Adam Baydoun here in the house as well.
Oh, I thought that was Cousin It under there.
It was the wrong finger.
Okay.
So, college football playoff rankings came out last night. We got to talk about this, people, because I see what the groundwork is being laid for. For those that missed it, Georgia 1, Michigan 2, TCU 3, USC 4, and Ohio State 5. Alabama 6. Alabama and Ohio State are done, right? So it stands to reason those won't change because the resumes don't change.
Well, the order won't change.
Right.
Right?
So I want an apology from all of you out there because we see how this is going down, right? You see that point spread in the USC-Utah game? You know what this is angling for. And it's got nothing to do with football. You know that. And that, I'm just going by what you guys told me. Remember when we had these Ohio State discussions about the Michigan game, Sam Flannel? They're trash. They got that one win over Notre Dame. They played the same awful schedule. Remember those takes?
I mean, I never said they were trash. I just didn't think the loser of that game would go to the playoffs. And I still don't, for the record, because USC is not losing to Utah.
I'm going to say officially you're still full of shit. So
okay.
There.
Here we go, though, guys. And when Utah beats USC, I love how everyone speaks in an absolute, too, about Lincoln Riley in a big spot. because of this huge track record he has of success in big games.
3 times in the college football playoff. He makes it there. He just loses in the college football playoff
You're
because he always has
acting
bad
like Utah
defenses.
can win big games outside of Utah, fella.
They've already beat
Mr.
USC this
Absolute.
year.
It's not going to happen twice.
So
Okay, so that's your logic. Because my logic is, well, they already beat them once. Your logic is, well, they can't beat them twice.
Bam.
I'm confused because we had this conversation about the Ohio State-Michigan game. Were these two of the top teams? And if it was a close game, we were always saying, well, could Michigan get in? Could both these teams get in? I don't understand it because the home team got blown away, right? Ohio State got blown out. How are they? They're on the door looking in. Now, if you're not convinced that that USC and Lincoln Riley is going to Lincoln Riley, well, you also have TCU at number 3, who's got a tough game, don't they? They're playing Kansas State?
Yes.
Right? So there's a tough game. So, yeah, it's planning out that one of these teams, TCU or USC, won't take care of business, and then you're going to, like you said, it's set up for Ohio State to get in there.
I think
I don't
Alabama should
understand
get
it
in.
because, to me, Alabama's better than Ohio State. Look at the resume, and I know they're not Alabama up to Alabama standards at the top, but I don't know.
Yeah, but 2 losses is 2 losses, no matter how close it was, where it was.
So the resume doesn't matter. The body of work doesn't matter.
You lost 2 games. Lose 1 game.
No, the answer is no.
Okay, and see, and that's all I want. That's all I want in this,
The
D-Mac.
answer is no.
I told you guys
whatever
this.
fits the narrative.
I told you guys this 2 months ago, how this was shaping up to go down. And it does. Who wants to see Ohio State? You lost by 23. You got cooked by Michigan. At home, you're done.
Okay,
You're done.
in
You don't
my
play for a
world,
conference
Ohio
championship,
State's
you're done.
They got mollywopped.
Right.
done.
So who needs to see it?
I don't want to see it.
But it doesn't matter, T-Foss. The second I saw 17 million people watch Michigan, Ohio State, I could have told you how those rankings were going to go down. That's what this is for, T-Foss. That's all this stuff is for.
Who do you guys think's better? If Alabama played OSU, who wins?
Alabama would beat them. There's
that's
no
right.
question.
My eyeball test, and I know that.
And I don't
there's
care
bad
where
wins,
they
but-
play.
Right, exactly. But this OSU team, what they did in that game at home and got embarrassed, and they're still got an opportunity to get in. That's more of a disclaimer and the schmozzle than Alabama losing 2 SEC games on the road.
Yeah, you got bitch slapped at home.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That should take you right out.
You're
of-
out.
Mm-hmm.
You lost by 23 points at home.
You
You're
should
done.
be lucky Penn State can even get in the Rose Bowl.
You're done, but they're not done because it's not about the football. It's never been about the football. It will never be about the football. It's about your television. And that contract, T-Foss, is going to market. And when you go to market, you want the most leverage possible. That's it.
But you need the Utes to come through.
You guys act like this is like some far-fetched. You act like this is Purdue beating Michigan.
No.
Yes.
I have respect for Utah. They're just not going to beat USC.
Again.
And I don't care what the stupid little point spread is.
They're not going to beat them again.
Again. Right.
Okay.
In sports, this is always difficult to beat a team a second time. Just saying.
But they did beat them once
Yeah, but
already.
then they
They did. They're
if you
capable
beat them
ball
once, you
club.
know the formula.
Right, so they did beat them. I just want to know. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Epic just has a middle finger with my name next to it. I don't. Why?
I don't know.
Like, help me, guys. Help me here. I tried to tell you this was going to happen. You know how this is going to go down. Why the hate towards me? You guys are in. Like,
Yeah, we're in.
so why the hate towards me? I'm going by what you told me, Epic. Ohio State schedule's trash. They suck. All that kind of who they beat. I'm going by what you told me. So the team that just lost by 23 points has any business even being remotely linked to being in the playoff is laughable to me. And it takes away all credibility from all this. Not that there was any before. But any shred of credibility that was left is gone now with Ohio State even being in the building is being mentioned in the college football playoff. That's laughable.
Is CFP worse than BCS?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
At least BCS was a cold animated machine.
Right. I didn't have ex-college football writers on the panel for the old BCS. I didn't have chairman of energy companies in the South on the college football panels then. It was just a computer.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they manipulated the numbers of how they wanted that computer to print out the names. But that's lie to me, at least, Like, don't be so overt.
Go, hey, look at the numbers said it. It's not a person. The machine did it. It's an intangible that they can blame.
Yeah.
They just tell me that strength of schedule or anything else doesn't matter. It's about what they want at the end of the day, and they already had it figured out.
I will agree. A lot of this is about TV ratings. It's about matchups that the committee wants to see. It's not necessarily who deserves to be in the top 4. That's why I'll be so glad that it's going to be 12 teams. We'll have a little bit more wiggle room next year or whenever it's going to happen. So
2024.
Does the 17 million
2024.
views on TV have anything to do with this?
It's all it is.
That's what
and parlayed with the
exactly what it
viewership
is.
that the game got last year, it's all it is. So none of this mattered. Like when we sit there and watch these games, like it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. The fact that Ohio State, and look, I understand that Utah would have to beat USC again because they beat them once already. I understand that, guys. But you guys act like this is Purdue playing Michigan. And why do you guys have all this love for Ohio State's resume all of a sudden, Sam Flannel?
No,
Speak for your people.
I don't have love for Ohio State's resume. I don't think they should be in the college football playoff either. I think it's more of an indictment on teams like Clemson and Tennessee for kind of vomiting all over themselves when they had a chance. And now they're both out. And also, I don't think it's going to matter because USC, I believe they're going to beat Utah. It's very on-brand Neal Ruhl to be like, oh, Lincoln Riley, he can't win a big game. He's overrated. Oh, but Kyle Whittingham.
What do you mean?
of
Is it
Utah.
on brand or is it stuff that happens regularly?
No, I'm
Which
guessing,
one is it?
I'm guessing that you probably believe in Kyle Whittingham more than Lincoln Riley, and I think that's absurd. It's absurd.
He beat him already.
This year
All right,
once,
all right,
but Lincoln Riley's
stop
one of the
it.
best coaches in the country.
Lincoln Riley,
Except when they played Utah.
Lincoln Riley is trying to win now at USC, not Oklahoma. There's a big difference. He's going to get better talent. He's got a better team. Oklahoma was basically cannon fodder for Alabama and Georgia or whoever else came up to the SEC. Oklahoma was just like any Big Ten team, not named Ohio State the last 2 years. But now Lincoln Riley's going to USC, better program. That's why he left, because he figures I got a better shot at winning here because I'm going to get better talent. I got Southern California locked down. I'm the man. So
Except when they play Utah this year.
Utah is a very fine ball club. They're difficult to beat, but Utah will not beat USC twice in 1 year.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Go Blue says Ohio State better not get it. I will be so pissed. What about you, Sam Flannel? Would you be mad or would you be happy?
I'd be happy if I was Michigan.
No, I would.
Well, I'll address the Michigan State angle of this in a
No,
second.
I would be upset because Ohio State didn't earn it. You can't lose by 22 at home to your biggest rival in the biggest game and get in. But like I said before, it's more of an indictment on what other teams didn't do. And I'm kind of more pissed at the Clemsons and the Tennessees and hell, even Alabama for losing 2 games and giving Ohio State the opportunity.
2 road games by 4.
And I agree with you that Alabama has a better resume, but that's not what the committee sees. They just see that Ohio State has 1 loss and Alabama has 2.
No, they just see that 17 million people watch one of Ohio State's games. That's what they see. Now, if you're a Michigan State fan, you should be all in because you'll get an extra $25 to $35 million cut if
Let's
another
do
Big
it.
Ten team
Hell
gets
yeah.
in.
No, but yeah,
That's
money.
right.
Yay. Get out there in them streets and shake that ass, Ohio State.
Hey, you
Spinny.
knew your value was going to come at some point this season.
exactly.
Spinny. Now's your time, kid.
My
Get
time
out
to
there.
shine, baby.
Hey, Spinny, where's the Pickle Bowl this year?
I don't know. That's a good question. It might be in
That's where
Utah.
State's gonna be
But
at 5 and 7.
If I'm Michigan, I want Ohio State to make it. I'd rather play Ohio State than USC. You already whooped Ohio State once. You don't know what USC is. You know USC can put up points. Their defense might not be that good, but you know they can put up points. You already know you can whoop Ohio State, so why wouldn't you want them in the playoff?
I just want people like Terry Foster, a result denier like Terry Foster. Terry Foster doesn't accept that Utah beat USC before.
I accept it. They're just not going to do it again.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yike.
So
Yeah,
do we think? So Neal thinks that the last 4 teams is going to change after this weekend.
Yes.
Terry, do you think that the 4 teams that are in right now?
I think they're going to be in. And now Neal thinks Utah is going to beat USC simply because Michigan and Ohio State garnered 17 million people watching their game. It's not going to happen. The world doesn't work that way.
Okay, T-Foss, I was just perusing the room right now, bumping through the web, and I see that the public starting to make their stance known on the Utah-USC game, and Utah now is up to +3. If it gets to 3.5, we lock in, and it becomes a get right.
There you go. A little early, a little Wednesday.
Put your money where your mouth
teaser,
is.
Neal. Attaboy.
29
I
and 9.
think that what you see now, Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC will be the Final Four. It's going to stay the same. So we don't have to worry about this.
I'll take the 3.5. T-Foss, you
Yeah.
talked about getting together for a holiday bourbon.
Yes.
With,
is that on the table?
With his
or
round
not?
ice.
Yeah,
Are you going to be in Tahiti?
No, the locale. I'm going today. I'm leaving to go to Cleveland. The locations are getting less and less
so
exotic.
you're blowing me off again.
Next Monday, I go to Syracuse. Notice how we're taking steps backwards.
All right.
But
I digress.
I will. You give me 3 in the hook, and we'll do the first round of bourbon.
Okay.
There you go.
A week
Bam.
from Friday. Is that the deal?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
I am in town. I can confirm.
Okay.
We also go to Boise. Do you notice how this is
my
going
gosh.
backwards?
I'd rather go to Syracuse than Cleveland.
We stay downtown. Downtown Cleveland's all right.
What's so good about Cleveland?
Downtown Cleveland's better than Syracuse. Trust me, bro.
Yeah.
We played
Yeah,
there
at
a
least
couple
you
of
can
times.
get, what's the sandwiches? Do they have Permanis or
Cleveland
Permanis?
Steamers.
No, that's Pittsburgh.
That's Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's Pittsburgh.
That's
What's
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland got? They got similar sandwiches, but it's by somebody else.
I don't know. I don't have those.
Well, they're good.
So is the bourbon.
And
The bourbon's good everywhere. You know what else is good? Year 3 of the Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio. We're collecting new unwrapped toys and stuffing our studio so that we can hardly fit all the stuff in it like we did last year. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December the 19th through the 23rd as we stuff the Woodward Sports Studio. While you're out shopping, make sure you grab one extra gift and drop it off at our studio at 15 Mile and Woodward in downtown Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child at Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth this holiday season. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Let's do it, guys. All the kids at Mott's Children's Hospital. Think about that, everybody. Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat competitors' prices by at least $5. And you can pick up all the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and the official lotion of Spencer Raster, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, they are your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning, everybody.
Chili Peppers, Dan.
Yay. Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tammy Chin says, I'm going to miss the hockey talk in the second hour because of her lunch break. So why don't we do this, D-Mac? The next segment, you want to do your 5 for fighting?
Yeah, let's
we'll do it for Tammy Chin.
Tammy, exactly. Tammy's got a pretty cool, shout out to Tammy. She's got a pretty cool, we all know she works for the schools and the secretary. She's got a pretty cool contest going on right now where getting all the kids, and these are all the young kids. It always blows me away. She's having them draw pictures of what Darren McCarty looks like.
The one in the upper right corner is fire. That's like a portrait.
That's pretty damn good.
Right, exactly. So she's got tickets and,
No.
and some bobbleheads and
One
stuff.
in the middle with the melon head. That's
That's more like it. That was
right there.
T-Foss. Little T-Foss is put that one in. But I think that's, it's cool because it's sort of this younger generation where, Tammy tells me that the kids, and she's got hockey cards or whatever, and then they'll go home to their parents, and the parents will tell them, and they'll come back and tell her
them the
so
stories. Yeah.
It reminds me of a lot of stuff like when I was growing up with my grandfather or uncles or whatever talking about, the history of the Red Wings and stuff. So I always thought the tradition. So Tammy's a DMAC disciple. I appreciate everything she does.
And let's send some love to Tammy Chin. I forget if it's mom or aunt or somebody suffering some health issues, and she's helping her.
Absolutely.
Nursing her back to
always
health.
thinking about other people. The compassion we were talking about.
Yeah, well, that's weird. People in the educational field, how they're all like that.
Yeah.
Always serving other people. Really wild. You'd think we would do more stuff to support that, wouldn't you? You would think that.
Well, you know what? You can only take it, so we will.
Yeah.
So we bring the awareness. That's what all Big D Energy can do.
Yeah,
we don't have the pull of the final word, but we're here for you, 11 to 1 every day.
So yeah, Tammy, we'll do that for you. Sandy as well, big hockey fan. So we'll do that coming up in the next segment. We'll adjust everything here. Why not? We'll go for it. So D-Mac's got his 5 for fighting. T-Foss will weigh in. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Derek says, try some E.H. Taylor for your bourbon. You won't be disappointed. Oh yeah, that E.H. Taylor, fire. Had some of that when I went down to the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Bill Berry Sports says USC and Caleb have a Heisman to play for. Don't see them losing. That's the icing on the football cake. Well, I'm sure they didn't see them losing to Utah the last time they played, when they lost to Utah earlier this year. It did happen.
By one.
That was in
It did.
Utah, right?
Yes.
And this game is?
San Francisco, right? Don't they play it at the 49er Stadium?
Well, it's not it's San Jose.
Wherever. That's where it is, right?
But what I'm saying is that there'll actually be people in the stands, probably.
Well, people don't show up in the stands for USC games.
That's what I'm saying. They move down the road, so somebody wants to see Caleb Williams. I'm just saying.
Epic says the grilled cheese place in Cleveland. Iraq says Melt. Yeah, we went to that place before.
It's not a grilled cheese place. They have sandwiches and they put fries in them, just
That's
like Permani
Permani's.
Brothers.
Yeah.
That's Pittsburgh.
That's not the name of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google it.
We will get it figured out. We will. Yeah. So and people talking about Syracuse in December, and like I said, I come out hot, and then it progressively, and it ends up with Green Bay and Milwaukee in February. So that's the way it goes.
Oh, so you start in the sun, in the warmth, and work your way down. It's not digressing. It's working your way down the thermometer.
Right.
Into 0 degrees and foots of snow.
No swim-up bars in
Sand
Green Bay.
to snow.
Nope.
Neal Ruhl, the Sand to Snow Tour.
that's the way that it works. Nerf says, Neal, that's UCLA. People show up at USC. They had 74,000 against Notre Dame. Yeah, that 3/4 of the stadium was full, and because it was Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. A lot of Notre Dame alums every city you go to.
We gonna see.
We will, man. Like that's it. We will see. Is the game in Vegas? Brady Orchard saying it's in Vegas.
He's probably right.
He's probably right.
They switched it.
They're taking over everything.
Vegas
man.
wants everything. Remember how we couldn't have any sport in Vegas?
Yeah, you
now
remember that?
Everything's in Vegas.
And remember, like you couldn't do that, and they wouldn't have lines on the games in Nevada. Mm-hmm. And guess what's coming to Vegas now? The Final Four.
Right.
That's really wild, isn't it?
And they have a NHL team there, NFL team there,
WNBA team.
That doesn't count.
T-Foss.
That doesn't count. I'm sorry.
They won the championship.
Who cares? It doesn't count.
I hear that they're all those experiences from every one of the stadiums. I mean, one of the best hockey experiences that I've heard, haven't been there yet, is Vegas.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny when they get on board and everybody's that.
Everybody's making their way in.
Yeah, everybody forgets, right? When it does, like, what have you done for me lately?
Well,
couldn't
and
you bet?
I always laughed at that anyway because when you look at it, they were worried about like game fixing and betting and stuff like that. People act like the police are the ones that figure that out. You know who the first to know is if a game's fixed? The sports book. When all of a sudden there's $3 million in bets on the Buffalo Eastern Michigan game, they'll be like, hey, this is kind of weird. They're the ones that figure it out.
Well, I think they figured out that the more that if they were on the same page or communicated more on the and an information, that it protected them. And it protects their dollar, right?
Absolutely.
So
Vegas always knows.
Hey, Rake said, is it the Panini's bar?
Is it Panini's? I think it's Panini's.
Panini's?
Yeah.
Punani?
In Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
And
Must be.
Primani's or whatever it is Pittsburgh.
Right.
I knew it wasn't Melt. It was Panini's or something.
I don't know. All I know is there's a bar around the corner from the hotel. That's you can holler at me over there, Spenny.
Okay.
I got a quick question on the
Yes.
gambling. Right? The fact that it is available, all this other stuff, and on your apps, the fact that it's more prevalent and it's legal, does that make you want to more? Like, how is it now that we've been doing it for a while? Like, it's more just of the norm, but it doesn't, you don't sit there and go, oh my God, I got to bet a game or anything. It's just more the accessibility, right? It's more the norm.
It's kind of like the drinking thing in Europe.
Right.
Like you know, there is no like when we go to Italy, there is no like age to drink. If you want to have a drink, you have a drink. And guess what? It's not a big deal.
That's how the world should be.
And then you got the only Americans that are staying in the town at the bar, crushing 12 Peronis.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We got to show up. We got to show them
to the
I know
point.
you went to Italy, son.
Now, you know who figured out the bars in Italy? The British. There's no Italian bars in Italy. It's British pubs everywhere. Because they're like, oh, y'all ain't going to serve beer? We will. And we'll get paid, too.
My mom's cousin owns a vineyard in Italy.
Yeah.
I really want to go.
Well, because that's how it went for me. And like when we were there, and the waitress was like, "We're not used to people kind of drinking like that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well.
If you go to the town my grandpa's from in Italy, and you tell them, my mom's maiden name's Rizzy, everybody knows it's like Rizzy nameplate. Like we had Rackster, like a plate Rackster on our house when I was growing up. And in this town in Italy, there's like 8 blocks. It's just Rizzy.
It's the Italian Smith.
It,
huh?
it really is.
I want to see Spencer galloping through the wine vineyards with like flowers braided in his beard and his hair and stuff. Man, I think that'd be sweet.
That would be awesome. I really want to go to Italy.
I'll tell you what's sweet. The loaded burgers and fries at Big Boy for a limited time only. All new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not just a Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is a tease. And guess what else is new? It's the Bacon Blue. You're going to get the burgers. You got to get the upgraded fries, too. Chili cheese fries. Yup. Baked potato fries. Yup. Nacho fries. Yup. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit, downtown Detroit, all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with DeckedOutDetroit.com. Off and running, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel, Darren McCarty. You know the players, and you know the game. And right now the game is D-Max, 5 for Fuddy. We're talking some hockey for Tam. You know all the hockey fans that said they missed it in the second hour. I'll call the audible. I'll do it. You ready to rock, D-Max?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Give them to me.
All right, little 5-4 fighting, real easy. Quarter of the way through the season, right? Game 22 tonight. Who's your MVP first quarter of the season? Terry.
For the Wings or the NHL?
For the Wings.
I'm going to stick with Dylan Larkin. I like the fact that he's being a little spunky this year, and he's producing too.
And that's fair.
What else do you want from your captain as far as, 21 games, 9 goals, 24 points, over a point a game, +9, effective in playing in every game. I think that, the old adage, it doesn't matter how well he plays. When he's your second center, he'll be good. What about you?
But you know what else I like? Somebody messes with him. He said, no, don't worry about it. I got this.
Yeah, no, he which you need other guys to back him up, but he's not waiting for somebody to come in and fight his back.
And he's a little fella too.
Isn't that what you said, D-Mac? It's not about how tough your tough guys are. It's about how tough your great players are.
Team toughness.
Yeah.
Team toughness.
I'm going to go off the board, and I have this answer will be the answer to the next one too for me though. It's Dominik Kubalik, man, because the power play's legitimate, hard stop. To where it was pulling teeth to get a power play goal last year. And to me, that's the biggest impact. That's the biggest area where the Red Wings are different than they were last year. Because you know this, D-Mac. Good teams that have good players, and when a guy like Larkin's your second line center, when they're on the power play, it's a death sentence. You put Edmonton on the power play, just put a goal on the board.
Well, it's like we experienced it the other day. You look at when Toronto's on the power play. The different teams, like Colorado, all the best teams.
And you parlay that with the contract? Yeah.
Well, that's the biggest thing. Kubalik got 2.5. So for me, I would say Ville Husso. Just to solidify that goaltending, because he has won games for them, but when you can solidify yourself as that number one, and it's so important early in the season not to lose the division and shoot yourself in the foot. So he got the points, and the fact that they are above 500 and put points together is good. So number 2, best free agent signing of last season. So you, Neal, plays right into it. So you said Kubalik.
Yeah.
Because also at 2.5, right? Which would put it ahead. But I had David Perron, who's a little bit more expensive, but for the same reasons as what he's brought in the locker room and what he's brought on the ice, right-handed shot, the power play. We've seen him, whether it's passes to Kubalik or goals and stuff like that, legitimate power play guy.
Well, and Terry, here's why I say Kubalik too, okay. and you'll dismiss this because you hate money. I would contend Dominik Kubalik, dollar for dollar, was the best signing in the NHL last year. Dollar for dollar, like return versus investment. I know you hate that. You either hate it or you don't understand it or you don't care. It's one of those three things, T-Foss.
We're all three.
But that reason to me, he's not only the best free agent signing for the Red Wings. He's the best free agent signing in the National Hockey League.
I'll play Neal's little game. Kubalik is the most important or impactful free agent because he's playing for free and he's scoring. So, bam.
He's charitable with his time.
He is.
Charitable with his time and his goals. Number 3, flat out, you're surprised. Who has surprised you the most? And good or bad?
Here's where I'll go the other way too, with David Perron, 34, right?
Right.
34 years old. I'm always terrified of the free agent deals with guys in the mid-30s. And T-Foss, we've discussed this before. D-Max answered this before. You're clipping along fine, and then one day you wake up, and it's over. Just like that. That's why those free agents that are in the mid-30s, they scare me. But so far, so Perron's been humming along. He has, and he's been as advertised. So that's why it's a little outside the box, I guess. But that's where I am, T-Foss.
I think my surprise is Ned has been so bad.
And that's fair.
I thought he would be better. I thought he would challenge to be the number one guy. Maybe not quite achieve that, but you'd have 1A and 1B. So he surprised me. He's letting those little floaters in again. So I'm going to say Nedeljkovic.
Yeah, I just wanted my surprise is Roenick. Like Roenick,
you left him for dead.
The dude, he was cast out of sight. He was the guy. Everybody's he's got the potential, and now we're seeing that potential being executed.
Right, let's talk about him for just a second because last year, right, we was up in the air. And at the end of the season, what did I say? You had 1.5 defensemen.
Yeah,
and I think that for last chances or running out of time, he really needed to come in and impress. So to that point, putting him with Oli Mata, bringing in the veteran in that way, it's really solidified, and now you're getting it. For me, it's Michael Rasmussen because that's that third, fourth line heavy, big body, learning how to. He's finding his own. And
that's been your guy. That's been your guy all season.
It has, yeah. And I see a lot of the Keith Primo development in a bigger guy figuring out how to play in this league all over the ice and being effective. And if you look, what's gotten better during the wins and stuff is face-off percentage. Right, slowly.
Somebody win a face-off.
Slowly but surely. That's the
somebody win a face. Every time they lose one of these games, I look and it's always 60-40 every single time. That's my geeky thing. Somebody win.
Can we sign Draper to like 1-day contract?
Because he still got it,
Yeah.
T-Mac. What would Draper's face-off percentage be? Doesn't have to skate or anything. What would his face-off percentage be right now?
At least 55.
Oh, for sure.
55.
Get him on the ice.
Bring him in for big games.
Here's what you do.
No, the problem is he'd want to play more than just the face-off.
Put him in there for the face-off and tell him to get his ass off the ice.
Win the face-off and then go right to the bench.
Right.
Question 4. Now, we've seen on the forward lines because of injuries, different guys being called up in and out of the lineup, and we've agreed on the show that it looks like up front you can put 4 lines together. On D, not so much. But have you, like me, wondered why different guys haven't played or had an opportunity? Have you thought about, would you put different defensive pairings together? Do you like Seider and Sherratt? Would you change that up? Or is there some forward line or giving a guy more of an opportunity?
For me, it comes down to like how you are philosophically, like with defensive pairings. Some people out there, I would lean this way too, where I'm a little more aggressive. So I would put my 1 and 2 together and roll out that way. I would like to see more of that, more power pairings. And I understand that's a lot of moving parts. I get that. And, that's a lot of flipping and flopping even within a game. And I guess I'm kind of curious to get D-Mac's take on that. But I'm more aggressive, right? I want to put pressure on you as opposed to reacting to the pressure you put on me. Am I crazy with that? Is that just stupid fan-ish or what?
No, because you're looking to dominate. And as long I think the balance is, and especially more defensively, is it doesn't hurt your last 2 pairings. Because, matchups and the way that different teams with home ice advantage and stuff can take advantage of your 5 and 6. What I really like is seeing, I mentioned it yesterday, the Jake Wallman and the Jordan Osterleys, because they can skate and move the puck, right? So you're seeing a little bit more of them at 5 and 6, which when you're rolling the lines, it gives it, Mo Seider and Sherratt are playing 24, 25, 27 minutes a game. When you can give them a little bit of a breather at different times because you can count on those guys. So I think more of a group effort on the back end, just to solidify. But it's slowly but surely at times getting better.
Anything you want to see, T-Foss?
I'm afraid to make changes to the lineup because they are in playoff position. I don't want to screw everything up. But if you're forcing me to make a
change for change sake, yeah.
I would split up Sherratt and Mo Seider.
Really?
Yeah. And once I did, I'd be looking like, oh damn, what did I just do?
Yeah, but
I want to see quality on the ice for longer periods of time.
And I guess too, when I talk about like that power pairing, and Tammy Chin says I agree with Neal on the power pairing. Go Blue says good point, Neal. Possession is everything. Ask Scotty Bowman. Mike Hylton says, what's up, everybody but Neal and his tone. Hello, Mike. But for me, though, Terry, I did, and look, don't construe this as somebody who's kind of coming down on Mo Seider, because you know I'm not that guy. Stars, I treat everybody the same. I'm like Wayne Fonts. I treat everybody the same, differently. So Mo Sider can do his thing and everything like that. I wouldn't mind that, though, just to see. I'm not saying he's bad or he's struggling per se, just to see maybe if you can get him jump started a little bit. You know,
move
you know
some
what
of
I mean?
the minutes around.
Yeah,
I see it in the chat that they've leaned hard on Sherrod and Sider as number one.
And maybe do it like when you're at Boston, or you know what or you're at Florida or at Tampa.
Right.
Try it then. You know, you're home against the Coyotes. Like, do what you got to do to get your points. Maybe with a little free roll, I would try it.
All right, last question. Real simple. Right here and now, the end of November, what's going to happen contract-wise with Dylan Larkin and Tyler Bertuzzi?
Larkin, I think Larkin is solidified himself. It's going to come down to the numbers thing.
4 for 40.
No, he's going to want longer term. This is the contract for him.
8 for 80.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little high end, maybe per se. Maybe he'll. And D-Mac, you tell me. Well, no, you're not. You've always said yourself you're not a good.
I give it to him.
D-Mac's like, give him 15 mil a year.
I was going to ask you as a player, and you even told me that. You're like, I'm not a good barometer to ask these questions. I just wanted to play. T-Foss, I'll ask you. Will he take a little shave off there to kind of be here, be in the hometown, be a part of it, all that kind of stuff?
Larkin or Bertuzzi?
Larkin.
I think Larkin may. But I always hear about hometown discounts. They just don't happen.
Yeah, I'm not saying a discount. I'm just saying a shave.
Probably
Like
a
something
shave.
like-
I think it's important for him, more important for him, to have a career in Detroit where he doesn't play for anyone else. He's just a Red Wing until he retires. Bertuzzi, I don't know about that.
Scott Klingler says 8 for 60. That ain't going to get it done.
No.
No, it's like 8 for 72.
Yeah, like 8.999 and up.
Right.
Like that's where we're at right now.
Every time I think about this, every time I think about the Red Wings signing a captain, I just remember the Forever Z. I don't know if it was Detroit Free Press or Detroit News when he signed that 14-year deal.
Yeah, that was great too at the end when he was a $6 million cap hit, not even in the league anymore. That was great.
I don't think you'll have to worry about Steve Yzerman doing that. # wiser plan. But okay, more so on Bertuzzi. Like, because there's a question mark as far as, because the next week or in the next couple weeks when we do the 5 for fighting, we'll have to bring up who, because if we're still in the position coming into Christmas, coming into the new year, where we're a playoff team, like Terry said, we're going to be buyers, boys. And when you're a buyer, you got to be willing to give something up. So start thinking about.
T-Foss, do you think the people have kind of soured a bit on Bertuzzi?
Yes.
With the injury, with the vaccine stuff?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I think the organization might be a little shady on him. He can still play. He's going to be a guy that's going to score a lot of goals. He'll get into shape and stuff. But I wonder if the organization has. I think some fans definitely have.
Here's the difference, in my opinion, anyways, is that, like where Terry said, are you talking Larkin or Bertuzzi? Bertuzzi ain't taking less money.
Yeah.
Right? So when you realize that, I think that it's a different conversation.
And nor would I. I mean, and to be fair, nor would I, because this is the contract. This is my contract. Like,
and to be honest, right, you're starting to see that you're able to fill the void of what Tyler Bertuzzi brings to your team. Now, that doesn't say that it doesn't change, and there's something, I love Bert. I mean, I think it is, but I think that when you guys say, is there some sourness to him? Yeah, but it's also, too, because the other guys that people see that Stevie can bring in.
Kubalik fits that role very nicely for about a quarter of the money. I know you hate it, T-Foss.
No, I love it now.
Stevie Y's playing Moneyball, Spenmo.
He is. He's playing a lot of Moneyball, and if you want to play Moneyball, all you got to do is go to Moneyball Sportswear, because Moneyball Sportswear is your one-stop shop for the latest look in athletic apparel, or if your team needs new uniforms. Moneyball has it all. Stop in a Moneyball showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball. It's Moneyball Sportswear, or you can visit them online at moneyballsportswear.com. Moneyball, the only way to ball.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor here at Woodward. As you can see, right there, as a matter of fact. Also home of the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for just $10 a month. You can upgrade to the Black Card. You basically own every Planet Fitness you walk into. You have unlimited guest privileges. You can do whatever you want when you walk in the door as a Planet Fitness Black Card member. The hydro massage, all of it is there for you. You can join today in club. You're going to pass a few on the way home, or jump on that computer right now. Go to planetfitness.com. I was there again this morning. I'm always in there getting it in. Love it. Favorite gym I've ever been a part of, and I'll always be there. That's just the way that it is. It's Planet Fitness, Mr. Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential. Couldn't see them. They're bulged out right dark.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rax. They're pulling up on the second hour of the show. Did want to get into some Lions discussion as well. And I do, just because if it lasts any longer for Spencer Raxter, he should contact a doctor. But Malcolm Rodriguez was graded the highest rookie defender in Week 12. Australia advancing in the World Cup, too, beating Denmark. France and Australia get out of Group D. Spenny.
Yes.
How close are you to calling a doctor right now?
I'm pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. It's lasted a while now, and I'm excited for it. You know, that's my guy. It's my guy, and we planted the flag a long time ago. Planted the flag literally the day after he was drafted, and now we're seeing it. He comes back. He went injured, came back in. Highest graded rookie defender, fourth highest graded defender in the NFL. The guy's playing great. He's a stud, and it's just Brad Holmes' genius exuding. He just shows that he can find these guys no matter where they are.
And we have to bring T-Foss in for this one too, T.
Ready.
Under $1 million a year.
Oh man, great.
That's why I'll need to call a doctor.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't blame you.
Different reasons. Now, T-Foss, has he shown you more in two drafts than you've seen in the last since the late '80s drafts? Has Brad Holmes shown you more in two drafts than you've seen by anybody since then?
He's shown me more than the '80s drafts in the two drafts. Yes,
he's got 8 starters in his 2 drafts.
Right,
it's pretty damn good.
In the '80s, I'm not saying they didn't get good players, but Brad Holmes has more of a game plan. He's trying to put units together. In the 80s, they had Barry, and they got Lomas, and they had a bunch of other good players, but I don't think there was a concerted game plan to make a unit great. You had Lomas, Brown, and Kevin Glover, but the offensive line was never great. You had Chris Spielman, and then you had to bring Benny Blades from safety to linebacker. You had a very good defensive line. You were always shaky at cornerback, and they never shored that up. But I think the Lions back then was, if they saw a player they liked, we'll draft him. I think Brad Holmes is like playing chess. He's like, okay, forget this Martin Mayhew, best player available, but I'll select the worst player available. He's like, I'm building units, and that's going to make the Lions better.
I don't know how else to put it. And I know it's been a constant, D-Mac, and it's something that I've been on from day one when I saw guys that he drafted show up and have numbers. That was the first change for me. Numbers next to their name in a box score, i.e. they played in a game.
How many years did we go that we can't re-sign a second rounder? Or how many years, like the fish is, now you got guys throughout the draft. You know, the two guys in the last game you're talking about are your 6th and 7th rounder, right? In Houston and Rodrigo. But here's the one thing, right? I'm willing, if Brad Holmes drafts you, he's showing that you might be hurt originally, but when you're ready to play, you're productive. That's different than in the past.
If Brad Holmes starts popping on these second-round picks, the Lions are going to be dangerous as hell, and Brad Holmes is going to be strutting around
Can we stop
town.
with that, by the way?
What?
Can we stop with this, like, wait till he see if he can ever pick somebody in the second round? Like, you can't hit every pick. Nobody
I know, but
does.
hit the second round, damn it.
Why? What do you care? Why?
Because
what difference does it make?
Those are very good players. But if you don't, that's why the Lions are in the position they are now, because they've been missing on the second round. Think of the great players.
No, because they miss on every round but the first. That's why they're in the position they're in. Because they don't have any Rodrigos that are making $750,000. They don't have any Amon-Ra St. Browns. That's why.
If you hit on the second round, you're getting a
okay, so it's got to be 100% then, Tifa. He's got to drill every round.
No, it doesn't have to be 100%. But how about 1%? Get somebody. And I'm not talking about Brad Holmes. I'm talking about the organization as a whole. Hit somebody.
And that's what Brad Holmes is doing, man. I'll give you, and again, I always like to do this for the people, D-Mac. You know, we talk about fifth-year options, right? The draft class that would be in their fifth-year option for the Lions. And you brought up second contracts. The draft right now that theoretically will be going into their fifth-year option, i.e. also into their second-year contracts, would be Jarrad Davis, Tease Tabor, Kenny Golladay, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, Michael Roberts, Jamal Agnew, Jeremiah Ledbetter, Brad Kaya, one of my personal favorites, and Pat O'Connor.
Oof. Oh, hell Think about if Tease Tabor was a player. The Lions would be better now.
Imagine even if he wasn't a player, but if he crushed a lot.
No, he sucks, man. That's why he's not here.
Yeah, that's a good point, Neal.
Thank you, Spenmo.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Rapp.
That one was a little deep, I know.
That was a good one.
But the people that knew were going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's all that I knew. But D-Mac doesn't, that's what says it all, man. And, you know, the Eyes Plan, 1919. That's it. That's why it's
it allow
different.
you to do? It allows you to fill in around it, right? So the biggest thing is putting his stock in Penei Sewell, you know, and building, like Terry said, position groups. Now you can just add on to it because now you're like another team where you got players coming back, ready to produce. And you nailed it to where your draft capital salary cap is, right? You're in the vortex of this initial contract. We won't have to have this conversation for a few years with these guys.
Right.
That's what good teams do. So, again, it's a start. And it goes back to Brad Holmes proving that he is the right guy. He's still got to continue to prove it. But he's getting results from guys that he's putting out there.
Sam Flannel, how sobering is it to hear that draft class that would be up for their second contract / fifth-year option?
Oh, it's terrible, but when you juxtapose it with what we have now, yes, like the Penei Sewell, Aleem McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown, even Derek Barnes, Aiden Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph, James Mitchell made a play. Malcolm Rodriguez is...
James Houston, come on, man.
James Houston has more sacks this season than Kayvon Thibodeau.
In 5 snaps.
That's just a fact. That's just a fact.
The guy has played 5 snaps in his NFL career. It's crazy.
Maybe they should give him Hutch's snaps, man. Think about how those sacks would play out.
I think maybe Charles Harris. I mean, he's been the one that should get his snaps. He's injured now, but he's been the one who's
his snaps have been taken care of.
Very
disappointed with him, man.
Yes.
But again, 2-year deal, $6.5 million a year. no skin off your back, man.
Maybe he just regressed to the mean. Maybe he always was who he was, and he just had one good year.
It's normally how it goes.
I like how Neal, he brings in free agents. He brings them into the showroom just to kick them out of the showroom.
I talked about it on the heavyweights last night about like the whole free agent thing is, when's he going to sign a good free agent? Like he had to fill so many holes on this team with $15 million that you can't go out and sign an impact free agent. But now that he is drafting these guys to fill that hole and is building the team with draft picks, you can go out and sign one impact free agent. You can go out and sign one big name rather than having to take that money you could give to one big name and having to sign 5 people. You can spend it on one dude that'll actually make a difference rather than just putting warm bodies on the field.
Right, it's true, but signing free agents for a lot of money screws up the let me just say this, can screw up the long-term game plan.
And here's a big example of that. You guys, everyone that complained about free agent signings, you did sign free agents this year. They were signed when you got here.
Yeah.
Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers. They took up $18 million of your dollars this year. Those were your free agents. So leave Brad Holmes alone. I got examples for days. Leave him alone.
Holmes alone.
Right, to what Spenny's saying is that wait till he has an opportunity to really go after somebody that he wants to go after. And the thing is that other free agents and other agents and around the league see what Detroit's putting together. They see that these young guys that are getting drafted, so they have money for free agents, and hopefully Maybe eventually it'll be a destination place for one of these big guys that we need to come in.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Southpaw Slabs, Neal the Big Punisher. See, he knew. The real ones knew to spend more racks.
That's great.
Yeah, and that way, it won't cost you a lot of salary cap to get a WoodwardSports.com t-shirt.
Absolutely. Freebie. Mike Hilton, get over to Novi right now. Big Frog in Novi for your free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Stop in, tell them we sent you. They'll print you one right out on the spot. So go to Big Frog in Novi today, get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
At Alta Uptime Matters, Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a bog project coming up outside, give Alta a call. They've got you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Moving on here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, D-Mac, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here today. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G. Rule Breaker has the World Cup hair today. Wicked awesome. I did slide through Lady Jane's.
It's looking fresh.
Right before, fresh to death.
Yeah.
No, you look like Teddy Lasso.
Teddy Lasso.
I think that show's great. I haven't seen it.
You know what?
It's really good.
I've never watched it either.
Yeah.
We're not an Apple TV household.
Yeah, me
you an
either.
Apple TV household, D-Mac?
What's Apple TV?
All right, good talk. 248.
I saw the first, not the first episode, but the first season.
Was it good?
I thought it was excellent.
Really?
I'm more of a Kenny Powers guy.
I'm more Brockmire.
I'm a Yellowstone guy myself.
Ooh,
my wife really likes Yellowstone a lot.
You know what? I've been watching Yellowstone and Tulsa King.
Okay.
You know what?
My boy Jay Adams is in Tulsa King.
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie,
Sly.
like that. It intrigues me. I see the commercials for it. Is it good?
Yeah, it is.
For real.
Sly plays a good gangster.
But before we get into this free agent lines, free agency stuff, real talk. Pitch me 30 seconds. Tulsa King. Why?
All right. Sylvester Stallone was like a
All right, I'm
stumbling,
in.
mumbling, old school gangster guy.
All right, I'm in.
Who doesn't understand the new world.
Okay.
He was in the joint, got out,
Right.
and they sent him down to run Tulsa, but he does it a little bit differently than this world.
Right.
and
He's a guy that can just walk in any joint, think he can kick everybody's ass and get paid.
But the world ain't like that anymore.
World is not like that, but he's getting $5,000 a week plus the stuff that he's getting in Tulsa.
The game ain't changed. Just got more fierce.
There you go.
Shout out Slim Charles.
I think I will. I have some time this weekend, an hour or so to check something out. I'm
you
gonna
got
I'm gonna
1
give it a
hour
spin.
the whole weekend?
Yeah, like
damn.
A lot of stuff going on, man. No, I will have the bus ride too. Down, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll check out Tulsa King.
Do it.
I will.
And
Absolutely.
you know what? He reminds me of Greg Campy a little bit.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell Camp that today.
Just a little bit disheveled, but you
Hey,
like
could
the
you
guy.
see it? I need a picture from the bus on the way down. There's Camp and Neal sitting beside each other watching
Tulsa King.
Hey, T-Foss, thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, T-Foss said you should watch this because he's a little disheveled like you.
Right.
That's what I'll say. Speaking of disheveled, Ethan Brown. Free agency is not a valid option for the Detroit Lions due to destination and salary cap value. Changed my mind. Ethan, here's where I'll change your mind on it. Because the NFL is the one sport, I think anyway, where destination has less to do with it than the bag has to do. These guys play the most violent game in the world where your fortunes can swing on one play.
It's a car accident sport.
Yeah, and you get what you get. And you got to get every dollar that you can get. And I contend, and T-Foss, you tell me, I contend that Detroit certainly can be a free agent destination, certainly in 2024 when they got, hundreds of millions in cap space. They're loyal to the bag, not a destination, not a team, not a philosophy. They're loyal to the bag.
Well, here's what I'm loyal to. I'm loyal to don't mess with the free agent market until you're ready to win. I think this. When you and Neal, you'll like this because you're the money man. When you sign a free agent, especially one with this, you're going to pay a lot. You're paying him for what he did. You're not paying him for what he's about to do.
Pay him.
Because what he's going to do, he's going to get injured and he's going to play old and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a big free agent guy in the National Football League. That's why a lot of times when people say, sign a free agent, man, I cringe. I say, no, don't sign somebody who'll come in here, get paid, get fat, and then move on somewhere else. Not interested.
What's your take on that, D-Mac? Because I would say that hockey guys are certainly cut different. NBA guys are cut different because I think they're more about the destination and where they are.
They can get paid.
Yeah, but they're guaranteed.
Yeah, they're guaranteed.
We're
right.
guaranteed, right? So that's a different thing. I think it depends on the person. I agree with Terry, right? If you continue with the draft and build up sort of what Stevie's done, give away some here and there, but don't go after till you absolutely know that you need this guy or this guy for the big money. Some guys want to win. I see it in there where somebody said, no, I disagree, false. Players want to win. Some do. Some don't. It depends on where you're at in your career. If you have made money
and where
before,
you're at financially,
or if this is your bag time. Because if this is your bag time in the NFL where money's not guaranteed, the guarantee is more important moving forward because because they don't have the guaranteed contract. So I think each situation is different. I think here in Detroit, with what you're building, more eyes, and it's not the players' eyes, so to speak. They're more the last person. It's the agents who are talking, who are seeing what's being built, and the agent looks in like Neal and goes, "Oh, let's see what Detroit's got. Okay, in 2024 they got this. Let's see my guy here. Oh, we could go after their money or go after their money." Agents look at teams and what they have, and then talk about it. So. Very few players have that ultimate choice to play where they want to play. Other guys have to sort of accept it. And when it comes down to it, if you haven't made money, you're going to go where you're going to make money. That's guaranteed. But if you've made the money, then you're going to go more to where you're going to win. Makes sense, right?
No, absolutely it does. WoodwardSports.com chat thread here on Mark M says, Neal, show me the bag the Lions have to spend. They don't have dollars in 2023. They only have 24 players rostered, and they will need $16 million for the draft class. All right, here on Mark, and I've always prefaced this too, right? 2024, they got $115 million to spend. That's with your quarterback, Taylor Decker, Ragnow, Vaitai still under contract with that. Tracy Walker still under contract with that. You have Hutch, Sewell, Jameson, all the rookies. All the rookies are under contract, plus Decker and Ragnow. And you still have $115 million to spend. And you also have $30 million committed to the quarterback spot. So you have the ultimate flexibility. You can make moves out there in them streets for 2024.
And Sewell's going to be cheap too.
Yeah, Sewell's going to be cheap for a while still.
No. I said Noah Sewell.
Oh, yeah, when they draft Noah Sewell. Yeah,
that's right. He's coming here.
Yeah. So there's that. And the second part of your question there here on Mark M, for next year as it sits right now, yeah, they got 23-ish million, but there's moves that can be made. I think we're all in agreement that Michael Brockers,
he gone.
You need to cut it.
I mean, when you're a healthy scratch on a team that needs guys to play.
So you make that move, boom, we're up to $33 million. You big Vaitai guy?
No.
It's not looking very good, right?
Not at that money.
Not at that money, right? So there's another $7 million. So now we're at $40 million. And that's just two moves that we made. Romeo Okwara. Interesting you bring him up. There's another $7.5 million. Now we're at $47.5 million. You see where we're going here?
Are you going to be the Lions capologist?
Should.
I'll do it.
Rod Wood should hit up Neal Ruhl.
Holler at your boy, man. That's it. I mean, boom, I just got you. And I think we all agree those are very realistic moves, Mark, right? Those are more than likely moves that should happen.
Brockers for sure. The other two more than likely.
Right.
Yeah.
Brockers is happening.
Yes.
Like that's 100%. So I just got you to 50. 48, 50, whatever it is. So there you go. And then 2024, yes, you can go out there and be like Spenny down there on 8 Mile and make it rain.
Throw that shed. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so, that's where it is. Pete Smith says, I think the biggest free agent signing was Pudge in 2004. Blew my mind when he chose to come to Detroit after the 03 season. And that was because, Pete, of the bad team tax that was paid. Like when Illich went out there and said, speaking of Spenny in the club, make it rain.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and you had to pay. And I think that as we're moving forward, as this team gets more competitive, as Brad Holmes drafts guys that play, you're not going to have to pay as much tax as you would in the past for the Lions, right? Like you're going to attract at least the conversations that you couldn't have had in the past.
Yeah, it's funny too, T-Foss.
And let's be frank, Pudge was not desired around the Major League Baseball.
It was. I listened to David Sampson's podcast. He was the guy that ran the Marlins and got the stadium built and everything like that. And he was running the Marlins when they had Pudge, and he brought that up. He said it was blasphemous that someone offered him a 4-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
That is blasphemous.
Yeah, he said it was unbelievable in the market that Pudge got 4 years because and there were reasons behind it. You guys remember that time in baseball. There were reasons that it was discussed and all that kind of stuff.
Plus, the Tigers agreed to kiss his ass more than any other team in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. He said that they couldn't believe that someone gave him 4 years.
But again, you're trying to do what Mr. Illich, you got nothing here in Detroit, and you got to bring in that name.
And they did the same thing with Maglio.
Everything that they paid for, they got in return.
It worked in spades.
Exactly. You had to put something here that people look to whatever else.
Real quick before we cut to the break. Hi, I'm Me says, what do you think of, and there's a player's name in there. I can't really make it out. Can you guys see that?
Oh, Lil Levis.
I can't say
That's
that
the rapper,
name.
Lil Levis.
Lil Levis. He's got a good album coming out.
Yeah.
What do I think of him?
Never heard of him.
Don't even know. Not
Never
familiar
heard
with
of
his
him.
work.
He will not put that on. He'll be watching Tulsa King, not Lil Levis.
I'd rather have Tulsa King than Will Levis.
I would. I think that he should be playing in Tulsa next year. Like that's what he should be doing. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's help fighting the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health issues, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com. Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck, the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play, as well as private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for to choose from. So make sure you come check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We are in effect. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You all are in there big right now. Appreciate everybody's thoughts and what you guys are thinking. And here on Mark M says, Neal, I agree that Brad can get creative. The more creative you get, the more constrained you are later, the more risk you add. Appreciate the dialogue. Well, see, that's what's unique about what he's doing. It's low risk. Everything is low risk. Like this DJ Chark thing. We have less than 8 weeks left of the DJ Chark era.
Well, that's the whole thing. And to the free agents that he re-signed, even like we're talking about the Charles Harrises and the guys, he didn't spend a lot of money. Right? He was counting. If I got to think, if I'm Brad Holmes, I was thinking the players that I'm hitting on makes it a lot easier moving forward. I mean, like, what do you think that they're saying there? Like, if you're Brad Holmes, what are you saying? Okay, drafted the guys that we got. If you're looking at it, you're looking for 2024. Is it not so apparent where you explained it's going to be piecing it together a little bit more, deciding what you're going to do in the draft, the quarterback in the 23, but it's really setting up for 24, which is with everything you're talking about. All these guys we're talking about that were just drafted, and then the Ross St. Browns from the year before, you're really setting yourself, like, you could see the pathway to what Brad Holmes is thinking is building this team, right?
But you know what you can do with DJ Chark? You can get a bong, some fruit punch, some chicken wings.
Sounds
balloons,
like a good night.
And
confetti,
tell me more.
some Tulsa King.
Once you have that party, he gone. You never see him again.
You know what the tough thing is right now? For 20 times less the pay, Tom Kennedy has done more for this team than DJ Chark has.
Kennedy.
Let's go to our Tom Kennedy. Let's go to our Tom Kennedy
Am I wrong?
insider,
Am I
Sam
wrong?
Flannel. Please,
Am I wrong?
Your retort to D-Mac's statement.
I was waiting if the Lions had won that game for you, Neal, to be like, oh, that pass interference call that he drew with that throw was the play of the game. It swung everything. So, no. DJ Chark caught a touchdown pass. DJ Chark, I mean, he obviously hasn't been nearly what we hoped he would be, but I mean, I guess for the cost, Tom Kennedy's done about the same amount with less money. I'll give him that. I'll give you that. Congratulations.
About the same?
In terms of production, yes, it's about the same.
He throws it for less money. For less money, what's he make? $400,000?
For a lot less money. All right, for a lot less money.
Thank
for a
you.
crap ton less money.
He makes about 8% of what DJ Chark makes, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
He's more valuable.
But to your
than DJ
point,
Chark.
one and done.
See,
What do you say?
say it again.
Tom Kennedy's been more valuable than DJ Chark.
Whoa!
Can we clip that?
Say with new information, you're allowed to change your opinion. That's why I like you, kid. Is that you see it the way it is.
We need sirens and strobe lights and all this stuff for this man to say this. Congrats.
You guys know that sometimes I do this, right? Where I'll just pick, and Spenmo does a great job, like getting everything organized and puts out a show sheet and sends it to us the night before and everything. And I feel bad when I do this, but I do it anyway. So I guess I don't really feel bad about it, right? Because if I felt bad about it, I wouldn't do it.
It's all right. It makes my job easier.
But here we go. Detroit Lions Forum fam. Neal, can you talk about Jared Goff and tell this SOL fan base that he is here for the long haul? So we haven't had this talk in a minute. So I feel it's a good time to bring that up right now. And the reason I feel that is because, well, Detroit Lions Forum fam, he is here for the long haul until he's not. If that makes any sense. Because I keep seeing
He's your
this.
guy, but don't hang on that this guy's going to get either replaced. I think that for the time being, he's your guy until he's not your guy.
And Detroit Lions Forum fan, then I'll put the question back on you, and I await your response. Then what's your plan? Because I think I know what Brad Holmes' plan is right now. They haven't seen anybody that's moved the needle. He's in a great spot where it doesn't cost you anything to get rid of him. And truth be told, he's at a market discount to the position. If we're being real. Spenmo, will you give me that?
No.
You won't give me that?
No, I won't.
He's at a market discount.
Not for this
You're
level
paying
of play.
$50
No,
million.
he's not a quarterback worth $30 million. He's not. He is not.
That's
you don't think
he is not half of Aaron Rodgers. He's not half of Patrick Mahomes. He's just not.
The numbers say different, Spenny.
Jimmy Garoppolo's getting paid $10 million a year. That's what Jared Goff should make.
The numbers say different, Spenny.
Yeah, well, the impact on the game doesn't.
I think he's going to be here in 2024.
And he could be. But if he's not, it's easy to let him go.
Right.
I'm curious. Sam, what's your take on that?
Brad Holmes was on record saying that if his guy is there, he'll take him at the quarterback. He said that on the Rich Eisen show.
Right, and that's the point.
But I'm getting the feeling this guy's not there this year. It might be the next year. But you're also going to get better, so there's that
Caleb
conundrum
Williams.
about where you're going to draft or what you're going to do. Sorry, Sam, what's your Goff situational take?
God, it's tough because I don't hate him as much as Spencer, but I don't believe he's
Nobody
the quarterback.
hates him as much as
right,
Spencer.
Right,
That's
fair. But I don't think he's the quarterback for the future. But the one thing that I will say is looking at next year's draft, looking at all the pieces that you could potentially add around Jared Goff, I think with Jared Goff as the Lions quarterback, the Lions could be a playoff team next year. I know that the end goal isn't playoffs, it's Super Bowl, but Jared Goff is a perfectly fine placeholder, and I think he's had a decent year. He's had a couple of not-so-great moments and not-so-great games, but Jared Goff is fine. He is what he is. He's the 15th to 22nd best quarterback in the NFL, and if you get a good roster around him, he's proven that he can win. But he's not the quarterback I want long term.
Oh, and you knew Easy would pop in. He says he's not at a market discount at all, but Doughboy Steve did the work for me.
I'm trying to do an analogy. I'm trying to think of who is he like Curtis Joseph? Is he like guys that are good, have put up numbers supposed to be better than they are, but just can't get it done?
Well, see, here's the deal. Doughboy Steve lays it out. They're the number 8 scoring offense in the NFL.
Yeah, despite Jared Goff.
Well, however they are. And he's the quarterback. Like, that's it.
That's fact, dude. If we're talking about facts, those are facts.
And he's also directly responsible for losing 2 games because he couldn't make throws.
Well, that's why he's a discount. That's why he's not a good, that's why he's not. I'm not saying he's a Pro Bowl guy.
That's not a discount I'm willing to take. You can bring in a quarterback in here for $10 million a year or a rookie quarterback, and they can give you the same results.
You would not be the number 8 scoring offense with a rookie quarterback.
Yes, you would.
Sam Flannel, your thoughts?
I don't know about number 8. I mean, they would still be able to put up points because they have a good running game, a good offensive line, but Jared Goff at the very least is sort of that okay veteran quarterback, and the connection that he has built with Amon-Ra St. Brown is special. I think even you'd admit that, Spencer. I'm not slurping Jared Goff, but the Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown connection, it's lethal.
Jared Goff's very good at throwing 5-yard routes.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's one of the best in the NFL at catching those routes and running those routes. It's lethal.
And I think you can find someone for less than $30 million a year that can throw a 5-yard route.
I don't know. I know Jared Goff's pretty good at it. And here's Easy. I love Easy, man. Come get your boy, dude. He's the 4th highest paid quarterback in the league this year. That's not a market discount. Easy. Everything's not what it seems. Is he the 4th highest paid quarterback on paper for this year? Yes. Where is the quarterback position going?
Up, up, up.
Up, up, up. That's right. And how about this, Easy? To get rid of Aaron Rodgers, it will cost you $100 million of cap hit. So you got to adjust it, man. Think about the depth, Easy, and people like Easy. Think about the depth of it, man. Like, come on, you're smarter than that, right?
No.
The flexibility of getting out of it is market value. That's added market value to it.
No.
After this year, you can dismiss him, and it's over. That's it.
That's true. Ladies, I'm willing to wait for Caleb Williams.
We won't be able to get Caleb Williams unless we trade 5 picks. He's going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL.
I thought it was Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud.
Next year.
Well, then who's your play?
Coming out next year.
Give me a name,
Spenny. About me.
Give me a name. Who's your play?
I don't know. I don't get paid to make that decision, but I know it's not Jared Goff.
Well, you get paid to say that decision.
Yeah, and I'll have to look into it. Would I rather have Hendon Hooker in the second round and have him sit for a year? Yes. Would I rather have them identify who they want and they think could be there? Yes. Do I know that Jared Goff can only win and win games, even win a playoff game, when he has a perfect NFL roster around him? Yes. Do I know you can only build a perfect NFL roster around someone when they're not making $30 million a year? Yes. So it doesn't add up. You can't provide him with everything he needs to win at the amount of money he's getting paid.
Spencer, we'll give you to the end of the week to come up with a solution. If you don't have an answer by Friday, you're fired.
If my solution is saying draft Bryce Young this year, that's my solution. If my solution is saying get Caleb Williams next year, that's my solution. But they're not going to be in a position to get Caleb Williams.
I think you nailed it when what you said it is that you're thinking of Super Bowl.
Yes.
But you're not thinking about playoff game, right? So I'm on board with you that I think Jared Goff can get you a winning record, can get you in the playoffs, can win you a game. Do I think he's the end-all be-all unless the team around him is absolutely buttoned up? Right, to be in one of the best at all the other positions? I think you're right. So for that Super Bowl guy, that's what you're saying, not the playoffs, not anything else, to get you the championship.
Jared Goff can win you games.
And you're willing to sacrifice that and to wait for down the road, 24, 25, 26, when the rest of this team that we were talking about, drafted by Brad Holmes, improves. And it's just whether you're able to get a guy that you want, you like, or somebody that's out there at the price. That's where it comes back to, right? Because it comes down to the bag.
Jared Goff can win you games. Jared Goff can even win you playoff games. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this team putting themselves in situations to win championships. As crazy as that sounds. But
that's the point of this.
It is not done with Jared.
Well, it is the point of it, but Spencer's the first one to really hammer it down. And that, to Terry, was that because Goff, to the point, do you think that he can win you a Super Bowl?
No.
Is he that soup, Neal? Do you see him?
You would have to have a historical roster. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah.
So we can all agree in that way. Now, to get to that next level of making the playoffs and getting that playoff win, he's your piece that they're plugging in there to get you to your next guy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Michigan man Jason says, God, why did we sign him to an overpaid contract? We didn't.
Yeah.
We got that first round pick that you guys get this year.
Take the money.
Was to take that
was to take Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Like,
and you can play it off like you paid his contract, you paid him this money for that third or fourth or fifth overall pick, whatever it's going to be.
And that's where I am with it. Is it worth that money to get a number 3? What would you pay for a number 3? If it went up to bid, what would you pay for?
Yeah, I would pay that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
There you have it. Like,
and I'm all right with it right now. I'm even, as much as I would hate to watch it and actually watch the games of it, I'm all right with it for next year. But he's not the guy of the future.
Right.
No. Somebody said I had a World Cup haircut.
You actually did, because I know you went to the Lady Janes here at the studio in Birmingham, but there's 26 in the Metro Detroit area. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the award-winning haircut experience. You can get in there and register for the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're talking about money. Well, here's some dough, $200,000. Yes, $200,000 towards the mortgage of your dream home. Yes, only at Lady Jane's. So stop in today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Time to talk about Mike Phillips. No, not 1700s cricketer Constantine Phillips, but Michael Phillips, of course. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the number one option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011.
1700s cricket.
You know, funny thing about Constantine Phillips, he had a very cap-friendly contract back in the 1700s.
I bet he did.
Absolutely. And I think he went for like 468 straight at
overs.
No, it was
is that what they're called?
That's
it was
what
75 cents.
They were there for 3 days, gosh darn it.
He had a 75-cent contract. But I want to know how many wickets did Constantine have?
Ooh. Oh, a lot. Absolutely a lot. I did want to get into this, too. Spencer took some heat, by the way, on the WoodwardSports.com
Let them heat.
chat thread.
They're giving me heat. They're stupid. So
Detroit Lions forum fan Neal Ruhl is logical and factual. That's what I deal in.
Spenny, sorry. They do have a point from the guy who watched Malik Willis highlights and wanted to drop the second overall
and
pick
I
on
said,
him.
I caveated it that I knew they weren't going to take him. But because I was so thirsty for a quarterback, That's why it was there.
What you doubled down, you went all in.
I did.
All right, can I ask you a question? Why are they on Spencer? What specifically are they mad about?
Just, the delusion. They say Spencer's delusional, that kind of stuff. I'm more concerned about Easy.
They just think Goff is a championship quarterback. If you're fighting me on this, you think Jared Goff at $30 million is a championship quarterback, and you have to sit with that and believe it.
I'm more concerned about Easy, actually, though. He says, we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about Jared Goff, and he's factually the 4th highest paid quarterback. No, because dead cap comes into it, Easy. I don't know why I get worked up about that. It comes into it. So, okay, by your estimation, Easy, you prefer Kyler Murray and the $112 million dead cap hit he is right now.
Woof.
Yeah, is that what you want, Easy?
And the fact he can't play in November.
Right. Like, that's what's out there. Lamar's getting $50 million guaranteed for 5 years. It ain't getting any cheaper.
That he just refuses to add. At least he's consistent, though. He's consistent.
And, okay, let me address this. I'm sorry. Tony in the Woodward Sports Chat, it's because he thinks it's easy to find a quarterback. I think it's easy to find a quarterback with a better skill set than Jared Goff. I do. I'm not asking for, I've said this for weeks and weeks on end. Ask Sam Flannel. I say it almost every day on heavyweights. I'm not asking for a Patrick Mahomes. I'm not asking for a Josh Allen. It would be awesome to have those guys, but they are generational talents that don't come around that often. I'm asking someone with elite skill sets, whether that be arm strength, athleticism, pocket awareness, something. You don't need to have everything elite. You don't need to be the second coming of Joe Montana. You just need to have something that you can hang your hat on. Something that's, okay, at least I can throw the ball 60 yards down the field. At least I can escape the pocket and create with my legs. At least I can make multiple reads in one play. Jared Goff has none of those.
Are you talking about Joe Montana?
Joe Montana.
The
tennis player?
He's an actor, you dumb shit.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports, and this is the last. Woodward Heavyweights, by the way, 5-7.
Yeah.
You can hear more brilliance from Easy with Spencer.
Final word.
After the final
they
word.
actually have the final word.
And this will be the last I talk about, because I do want to talk about Miguel Cabrera for a minute. Easy said, Neal, you're bringing things that have nothing to do with this, laughing my ass off. Escapability from the contract adds value to... Do you get where am I making sense here or no?
I get it, because here's the thing. Look at the cap, the 112, you mentioned Kyler Murray, whatever the cap hit, is this huge rock that's hanging off the leg, so when he goes to run, he can't escape that to wherever he wants to go. Goff, you can cut
freedom of
nothing
movement
on the back end, so technically that hinders you because you're responsible for that.
Right. And Neal,
T-Boss, you hate money. You understand what I'm saying,
No,
right?
I want to help you out.
Okay.
Don't have arguments with young children with big rosy red cheeks. Don't do it because they don't know.
Fair enough.
And Randy Savage in the Woodward Sports Chat sounds like Matthew Stafford. Exactly. That's why the Rams gave up 2 first-round picks to get Matthew Stafford, who is not an elite quarterback, but has elite arm talent. And guess what? They won the Super Bowl the next year.
Doing what? Putting the talent around.
Yes.
Right. And this year, they're going to win the toilet bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
They are, and they're going to be out there in the streets for us. And, oh, by the way, he's a $63 million dead cap hit if you want out of his contract, because they gave him $40 million a year. Is Jared Goff right now 75% of Matt Stafford right now, today?
Well, the Matt Stafford that's not playing, yes.
Is he?
Yeah, the
so
Matt
there you go. See?
That isn't
Jared
in the game,
Goff is a better quarterback right now.
Is it a market discount to Matt Stafford? Because that is the market. These guys are setting the market, man.
Matt
That's
Stafford
what it
won
is.
a Super Bowl. He cashed one in. I'd pay above market price for a Super Bowl.
Because that safety for San Francisco dropped the ball that hit him in the chest.
All you can do is play the cards you're dealt.
And because Aaron Donald made a play.
All you can do is play the cards you're dealt.
No, I understand that.
And Jared Goff didn't have those cards dealt to him, and he didn't win the Super Bowl. He didn't throw a touchdown in the playoffs.
And I get it, and that's fair.
Yeah.
But he's less money. But anyway.
I'd pay more money for a chip. Personally.
Let's do this. I'll tell you about Cintron. Then we'll wrap up with Miguel Cabrera, because I do want to do that. I want some stuff out there about Miguel. Cintron's the official energy drink of the Red Wings, and they've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box.
Okay.
Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free all in one package.
Get dope like me.
Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box today. Go to @cintronworld.com/Red Wings. You know what? Why wait? Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Look, usually there's this snappy commercial that I read and taglines and all that kind of stuff. The bottom line is this. Our own Ryan Ermanni from Ermanni and Edwards, a.k.a. The Final Word. He's down 20 pounds. He's doing it, folks. He's out there with Custom Health Centers. He's out there doing it right now, D-Mac.
Take your health and wellness into your own hands, and if it's weight loss that you're looking for, give Custom Health a call, 844-789-8446. Ryan's doing it, and he's slowly but surely squeezing in to the TV frames even more and more. But, even when we talk to him here, it's a choice. It's a lifestyle choice, Custom Health.
Yeah, absolutely. CustomHealthCenters.com, 844-789-FIN. It's Custom Health Centers. Final segment of the show, Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network. I'll be out the rest of the week traveling for college basketball. The squad will be here, though. It's in good hands. We got the Lions hometown hero coming up on Friday. You don't want to miss this one, guys. You do not want to miss this one. It's a story that needs to be told, and the Big D Energy Show will press on. They will take care of business for me. So, just wrapping this up, it was announced that Miguel Cabrera this will be his final season, and he's stepping away from the game of baseball. And I just want to take this time to reiterate the fact that with this being Miguel's final season, and I think we won't see a lot of this, T-Foss, though we did see some of this year, especially, too, when we were sold a bill of goods by the Tigers about how this season was going to be good, despite the fact that Jeimer Candelario was our cleanup hitter. I'll have more on him in a second. Miguel Cabrera. There will be no Miguel Cabrera slander. I don't care about the money. That was the market rate to get a Triple Crown winner / maybe the greatest right-handed hitter of a generation. The greatest Tiger of all time in my mind, T-Foss.
I agree, but good riddance. I wish last season was his last season. I understand. Yes, great right-hand hitter. Maybe the best Tiger in decades and decades and decades. But I don't want to see 40-year-old Miguel Cabrera grounding out
Then
weekly.
put that on your organization then. Put it on them.
Organization. It is.
Don't say good tone, Terry. When you say good riddance to Miguel Cabrera, that's the organization's fault that's ending like this.
Get your ass out of here. How about that? How
Sure.
you like that?
See, I'm on the other one. I'm on the other is because where the Tigers are at, and they got years to put it back in place. Final hurrah. I'll go down there and watch and whatever.
So
watch
a million percent.
It ain't about that. It's about, you know what? There was a time when Babe Ruth ended his career, and certain guys that have meant different things. I agree with you as far as being the baseball fan, is that so you could choose. I like this because it's not hindering the direction the Tigers are going.
No.
And the fact that if he's going to play,
players like Jamer Candelario did that on their own.
It might put people in the park because I, as a fan, can decide when I go down there and say goodbye to Miguel Cabrera. I have a bunch of games to do it.
Nobody wants to go see that. If you have a Miguel
Terry,
Cabrera,
you don't want to go see it, but
if
I
you have
disagree.
a
I know
Miguel
a ton of people.
bobblehead day, yeah, they'll show up. If you give away a poster or a T-shirt, yeah, they'll show up.
Okay,
nobody's going to go see this man.
Okay, I'm talking about it personally. So Neal, you know what? So that I get, it's fine. Tigers aren't doing anything, going anywhere. They already screwed up the money and whatever like that. I don't even worry about that.
Yeah,
I'm just
and I just
T-Foss,
I put it out there because I don't want the fans. I don't want this. I don't want any slander directed at him. That was up to the organization. If they didn't want it to end this way, they could have made it not end this way. Because he was getting his money, and damn it, Terry, he deserves every cent of that contract. You know what?
Yeah.
He was underpaid.
But you know what? You girls can go down there and watch him pop up 3 times and strike out twice,
and that's fine with me.
Enjoy your afternoon,
and that's fine with me.
Everybody else down there.
Yeah, and I'll be down there and I'll watch maybe the greatest right-handed hitter of my generation and the greatest Tiger to ever play. And you know what? It's not his fault. Don't hold that against him. That's not his fault.
It's not. I know it's not his fault, but
okay, I just wanted to hear you say it.
I'm not going down there.
And you know what? While we're talking about the Tigers, this tweet they put out yesterday about Jamer Candelario leaving and thank you for all you did.
My God.
You didn't do anything except be part of the problem. That's what you did. That is soft. That's soft to send out a thank you, Jamer Candelario, for what you did. You went 217 last year. Thanks for what?
I think it was more for what
you were. You were the worst cleanup hitter, opening day cleanup hitter in the history of opening day rosters. That's what you were. Hey, thanks, Jamer. I appreciate it. This is professional sports, man. This isn't college sports. Come on. Thanks for what?
You know what? I can't fight this man. That tone was perfect. Yeah, I read that too. I'm like,
get out of here.
Why are we thanking him? I was thanking him that he signed with the Nationals.
It was small print on the field, big print off the field.
Great. You know what I remember? 217. That's what I remember. Cleanup hitter opening day for a team that was supposed to be in the playoffs.
Honey, maybe they're thanking him for getting his ass out of here. Maybe that was the thank you. Maybe you read it wrong.
That's what my tweet would have said. It would have been a giant boot, a gif of a boot going like that. Thanks, Jamer. Now GTFHO. Mm-hmm. Just a boot, just kicking. Get out of here. Goodbye. You were part of the problem. You were part of the solution. 82% of you on opening day said this team was going to make the playoffs, and that man rolled out here and hit 217 and gets a tweet, thank you for all you did. Mm-hmm. Not from me.
I don't really remember opening day.
Not from me.
I got video on that. Why you wouldn't?
Yeah.
It was a good opening day.
It was great. It was a great day. I remember that, but I don't remember much else.
One game. Congratulations.
I think Javi Baez got a hit.
Even Javi Baez hit a.
Who's your cleanup hitter this year?
Does anybody else?
248.
Yeah. Does anybody else think that's soft of the Tigers?
For sure.
Around the room poll, is that soft, D-Mac?
No.
No? Okay. Sam Flannel. Is it soft?
Yes, it's soft.
Soft and unnecessary.
Is it soft, Manny?
Yeah, it's soft.
Hell yeah, it's soft. So there you have it.
I mean, I understand wanting to save face with your players, but thanks for what? Thanks for leading the league in
professional
doubles.
sports. They don't care. Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Here's what the other part of the tweet should have said. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out of town.
Yeah. Honolulu Blue Sparty. Neal, I was told it's not his fault they put him at cleanup. Blame the organization, you say. No, I was told by all of the people, 82% of them at least, that the Tigers were going to make the playoffs. And he was a cleanup hitter. Sorry, I'm upset he hit 217. I guess maybe the problem's with me.
Hey, the candy man can.
Shut up.
Makes the world taste good.
Shut up,
You
Terry
know what?
Foster.
I was reading all this stuff.
I don't even want to hear it anymore.
All the stuff he did, and thank you very much. And my first thought was, did he play last year? I don't remember.
You know what's funny? So you're telling me it was about the community and stuff like that? I didn't read any of that either. I saw thank you, Jamer, and then I just thought, you had 217.
Right.
So we care more about what happens off the field than on the field.
In this case.
In this case, yeah. There's not much to care about.
Cases for different guys.
Different
No,
strokes for different
absolutely
folks.
not. Appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Do you hate Chet Lemon, Terry Foster? People want to know.
I love Chet Lemon.
What about
Chet
Abner
Lemon.
Doubleday?
Abner Doubleday.
No, that's Mazur has a problem with him.
Yeah, so there you have it. All right. Appreciate everybody tapping in today. For D-Mac, for T-Foss, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raster, my name is Neal Ruhl.
Had a blast.
It'll be fun. It's a fine show. Make sure you tap in to the final word.
Quality individuals.
Final word, 2 to 4, right here, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.